So good morning,
Okay.
sir.
Very good morning. How about you?
Yeah, I'm quite well. And how have you been?
Yes, it's going very well. So, as you know, we are meeting for the very first time. So, I would love to know something about you.
Yes, yes, definitely. And first of all, thank you for giving this wonderful opportunity to introduce myself in front of you. I am Santanu Das. I am connecting from West Bengal, and by professional, I am working person. I work in a hospital as an attendant. And if I talk about my education qualification, I have completed my graduation in mathematics subject. And if I talk about my hobbies, I always like playing cricket and football. Apart from also, I am running my one YouTube channel, which name is English with SD. That's all about me, and it is my short introduction. And sir, please introduce yourself.
Yes, definitely. It's my pleasure to introduce myself. So, my name is Ritik. I am originally from Bihar, but currently living in Delhi. As far as my educational background is concerned, I am graduate from Tilka Manji Bharpur University, Bihar. When it comes to my hobbies are listening to music, singing songs, reading books, watching YouTube videos, and my new hobby is talking to a lovely person like you, sir. And if you ask what is my bread and butter, so I run my offline institute in Delhi. The name of my offline institute is Mardarshan, and I also have a YouTube channel. The name of my YouTube channel is Mardarshan 808, where I also upload this type of conversational video. So this is pretty much about me.
Yes, yes, it is nice introduction also. And sir, right now also you also teach. Yeah,
Yes, I am basically a teacher
you
of
teach what?
mathematics. I have been in the teaching profession for the last 10 years. I teach who are preparing for government exams like SSC, banking, railways. Okay, I teach them mathematics. But for the
Yes,
last
nice.
month, I also started teaching spoken English to students. Yeah,
Mm, right. You have been teaching about 10 years for competitive examinations. Yeah.
yes, yes,
Yes. And when did you start your English speaking journey?
yes. Actually, after Corona, uh, when I reopened my institute, so I start teaching academic students also, like 9th, 10th. So their parents told me, sir, you are teaching all the subjects, so you should also teach them English. So in this way, I naturally start teaching English, spoken English. And but my student told me, sir, you are teaching English very well. So by their reference, many other students also joined my institute. So in this process, for the teaching purpose, I started teaching speaking English, and now I have been teaching spoken English for the last 3 to 4 months. That's why nowadays I am very passionate about this language.
Yes, yes.
And sir,
Okay,
you
sir.
work in a hospital. So what type of
Yes,
work? What's your duty there? What do you do?
yes. I work in a hospital. That's why also I have to do shifting duty, morning, evening, night. Yeah, and I work in a hospital as an attendant.
Okay. So sir, how did you manage both? Means you have to go for your duty, and sometimes you also go to a hospital night shift, and after coming there, you also have to rest. So how do you manage
Yes, yes,
your duty? And
yes.
nowadays you are making conversation video.
Yes, it is wonderful question for me because I work in a hospital. That's why also I have to do shift in duty, morning, evening, night, and that's why also I have to do a lot of work in the hospital. And I am being a family member. I have a lot of work in my family, but I don't get free time. But whenever I get free time, I always try to learn this language. And today also, right now, I will go to the evening duty. In the morning time, I am free, and that's why also I am using this time. Yeah, and I follow these rules also. When I get free time, I always think in English, and whatever wherever I will go and whatever I will see, I always think in English. Yeah, and I know in this way also I am practicing right now.
Okay, okay. So sir, you are already in job and you are attendant. So why do you need to learn English? Why? Because every person has a special purpose for learning English. So why are you learning English nowadays?
Yes, yes. I am learning this language because there are so many reasons. English is an international language as well as the communication language. To communicate each other, to communicate other country of people, English is necessary. English is needful language also. Right now also you are from Bihar, but right now also you are staying in Delhi, but you have a own native language. But I don't know your native language properly. But I belong to West Bengal, but I my native language is Bengali, but you don't know properly my native language. But after learning English, we are talking each other. We are connecting each other. That's why also English is connecting language. And number two is English is a professional language. And whenever you go to the interview for taking a good job in a multinational company, first of all, the interviewer asks the question in English. That's why also right now English is very essential language also. And I am learning English because there is another reason. Because when I was starting in my school life, when I was starting in class 8 standard and 9 standard, at that time my English was not good. And at that time I was very weak in English subject. And at that time I could not write one sentence in English properly. And at that time also I did not know how to make a sentence in English properly. In this time also, I am working person, and whenever I get free time, I always try to learn English. Before speaking English, I have completed the all grammatical rules, and after completing the grammatical rules, I started my English speaking journey. In this time also, I can write properly. There is no problem in my writing, but I can't speak properly. Yeah, that's why also I'm practicing right now.
Okay, it's nice. So, how did you improve your English speaking? It's what do you do to
Yeah,
improve, enhance your communication skills?
yes, yes. Actually, I never joined any coaching center. Always staying at my home. I am learning this language. Yeah, and using my cell phone, I am learning this language. First of all, when I started my English speaking journey, at that time also in front of camera, I always speak continuously. First time also, I make the video 2 minutes or 3 minutes. But after 1 month continuously practicing, I make the video 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Yeah, and after recording the video, I watch very carefully what is my mistake. Yeah, in this way also I am improving my English skill. And uh, and at the beginning time when I started my English speaking, at that time also I did not know how to make long sentence. And that's why also I start more small sentence, come here, go there. Yeah, after that also I another word, come here quickly, go there fastly. In this way also I am improving my English skill.
Okay, that's nice. Yes, and it's very necessary for every person who wants to learn English, and their English is not good, so they have to start from the beginning, as you mentioned. They have to start from the small sentences. Okay, because in English, we have some pattern to learn English. Like suppose if you don't know English, and suppose you meet any person, so you don't know how to meet the person. So at first we know the basic etiquette. What are the basic etiquettes? Because whenever you meet any people, so how do you talk to them? So what's your gesture? What's your posture? Okay, you are talking to them. Okay, because whenever we meet for a person, we feel hesitation, we feel fear. Oh, how can we start our conversation? What should I say? Eh, so suppose when I meet any person, we say, "Hey, how are you?" Then he always reply,
Yes,
"I'm fine." So we have other ways. So I'm awesome. I'm fantastic. So we should learn first basic etiquette. Then when a beginner starts speaking, they got while speaking, uh, vocabulary doesn't come in the mind. So they have to focus on their vocabulary, because if you know the right vocabulary, and every vocabulary has its own importance. You can't use vocabulary in another context. Every vocabulary has its own where they should use properly. And if you talk about the more, then personality development. When you learn speaking English, you also improve your personality. So this is very important for the beginners.
yes, yes, you're right. Sir, I would like to ask one question to you. I belong to village area. I belong to Hooghly district. I belong to village area, and I few minutes ago I have told to you when I was starting in my school life. That time my English was not good. That's why also I don't have a lot of vocabulary in my brain. While speaking, I get stuck. Yeah, lack of vocabulary. But sir, I would like to ask one question to you. How did you improve your vocabulary skill? You also like you also told me few minutes ago. You also like reading book. And do you like reading English newspaper? Do you like reading English storybook for your improving your vocabulary skill?
Yes, sometimes whenever I got free time, I also read newspaper. But mostly, if I to talk about myself, so I more focus on listening, because it is said that a good listener can be a good speaker. So when you listen,
Yes,
because every language has its own way of speaking, just like any person from Haryana, if they speak English, their accent, Haryanvi accent come. If any person from Bihar like me, so Bihari accent is come. So I more try to focus listening. And while listening, whenever I have any problem, that time I write down on my notebook and try to find the actual meaning in which context they are using this vocabulary. And sometimes I also watch like movies, English movies, podcasts, documentary, and sometimes I also read uh, books like novels. So that time, whenever I don't know the exact meaning of any word, so I write down and I try to make sentence on that words, because if you don't use that word in a sentence, so there is no use of that vocabulary, because we, if you want to retain that word in a, for a long time, so you should use that vocabulary in a sentence. Only learning means only you write down and you are only learning, that is not good. You have to use that word in a particular word. And it is also, I also told my student, I give them so many vocabularies. So I told them how to make vocabulary, and I make one sentences of particular word, and I told my student, you have to make from your home. It's your task. You have to make 4 to 5 sentences from one word, so that you know
yes, yes,
how to use this vocabulary, so that you can retain this particular vocabulary for a long period of time. So for the reading
yes,
newspaper or listening, I mostly do listening because I don't have much time, so I do mostly listening practice. And listening, while listening, we also learn how their speaking style, how their intonation, whenever we have to speak soft, when what will be our expression, we get a lot of things. That's why we more focus on listening.
yes, yes, yes. And sir, I would like to ask another question to you. I know also actually in our locality there is no good environment for speaking English, and that's why also English grammar is important. Basic English grammar is important in my point of view. But sir, what do you think? How much English grammar is important for speaking English?
Yes. If you talk about the grammar, so for speaking English, so it doesn't mean we have to learn ta hai, te hai, ta tha, chuka hai, chuki. Because whenever we speak English, we don't say मैं खा चुका हूँ, we जा चुके हैं. We speak it naturally, because whenever we speak Hindi, okay, we don't think, we start speaking. Just like English, we have essential grammar. Essential grammar, in that we have a fixed structure. So but for the basic students, whose basics is not clear, they also need grammar, essential grammar, because grammar tells us where we should use was, where we should use have, where we should use. We know the exact structure of the any sentences for the beginning. Because if we are starting, we don't know grammar. How can we make sentences? Suppose मैं वहां जाता हूँ. If don't know the how the structure, and speaking English, we have to practice more and more. We have to learn speaking, we have to learn six structure, we have to practice more. Suppose we learn any structure, we have a format, so we have to practice on that format for many sentences. That time we can progress. So I provide a fixed structure to my students. So you have to, I give them a fixed structure and I make them to make many sentences, so that they can make many sentences. So in this way I tried to teach them.
Yes. And sir, I would like to ask another question to you. And you have been learning this language for a long time. But when did you join in this application?
Yes, yes. Actually, sir, what happened? One day I was watching YouTube videos. So suddenly a video came in which I saw a person was making conversation. And so I thought, why they are making, how they are making conversation. So I also make conversation. I honestly saying, sir, I didn't know anything about Skype before that. I searched on how to use Skype on YouTube, how we should use. And then I know before 4 to 5 months. I know about Skype. Before that, I didn't know what is Skype, and we can talk to a person. And the biggest matter is that we can talk here freely. We don't need to pay any money. So it's very good platform to connect people, because here we connect people freely, and we because whenever we connect people, we can talk to each other, we can share our ideas, we can share our thoughts. We also learn a lot of things to talking to another person. We know, if you talk about the other state person, we know the culture of there, you know the regional language of there, you know the foods of there, you know the historical places of there. So it's very good way to improve, to enhance our communication skill. So by the watching one day, so I knew about this app.
Yes, yes. And sir, you have been using this application for a long time, but earlier, sir, did you use another application for your audio call purpose?
No, no, sir. Before Skype, I didn't know about. I didn't use any this type of application because I was a teacher of mathematics, so I don't need to learn English. For since I am nowadays learning English, that's why I'm passionate about this one. Before that, I was teacher of mathematics, so I don't need to learn English because I don't have to teach English nowadays. Since I am teaching English, that's why I'm very passionate about this language. So nowadays I'm trying to search and good contents also on YouTube. And whenever I also learned many things. I don't believe, sir, I also learned many things while teaching that I didn't know before teaching. I also learned so many things in English. Oh, this is the particular word where we should use this word. This is the particular structure. How can you speak any particular structure? And we also nowadays I am also making patterns of teaching, so that what did I face problem, my students shouldn't face problem. I want to teach them, my student, in a proper way, so that he or she can learn English from step by step. I teach them
Yes,
from the
yes.
starting, like I whenever
Yeah,
he or she comes in my institute. So I teach them from the basic, like I teach them first basic etiquette, functional grammar, essential grammar, then pronunciation, because pronunciation also very important, because
yes, you're right.
every word has its own accent. If you speaking wrong sentences, so suppose this is a word I. We said that I. This is not I. This is I. So whenever I will come in the word, we have to say smile, style. So in this way, I teach them. I am a student. I am a student. So in this way, I try to convince them. So you have to speak in a proper way, so that you can also improve your pronunciation, because every language is on accent, on pronunciation. So I am also
Yes.
trying to nowadays I am also enhancing my pronunciation.
Yes, yes, you are right. Actually, teaching is the best way of learning this language. Actually, I noticed that most of the YouTubers they are also learning this language, but they are always teaching. Yeah, online, maybe offline. Yeah, but they are also teaching. And sir, I would like to ask one question to you. And I was noticed that most of the YouTubers they are always making the thumbnail. How did you learn English just 15 days? How did you learn English just 13 days? Is it possible or not?
Okay. If you talk about the reality of, if they claim I will teach you English, even 15 days, if many institute also demand, they also claim that I will teach you English in 3 months. But for a beginner and for those who are related from the village area, for that person, it is not possible to learn English in 3 to 4 months. Because speaking English means doesn't mean you know some sentences like I go, we play, he says. It's not English. English means whatever you are able to speak in Hindi, you are able to speak in English. That is your proper English. Huh. But it's for the 3 to 4 months. There is a for the those institute who claim I will teach you English in 3 to 4 months. They have a fixed structure. They have its own way of teaching English. Suppose in my institute, we also say I will teach you English in 4 to 4 months, but there is not a limit time. I I assure them you will learn English means you will start speaking after 15 days, after 1 day, you will start speaking. It doesn't mean you will learn whole English. Learning is lifetime process. You can't learn English in 1 month, but at least you will able to start speaking with some other person. You will not fear. I will teach you in 1 month that much material, so that you will be confident. You will remove hesitation. You are able to speak in 3 to 4 months. We teach them many things, so that their hesitation will be removed, their fear will be removed, so that they are able to talk to person. But we can't say we learn all the things, because now I'm teaching English, and still I am learning a lot of things, because
Yes, yes,
uh, is- English has three levels: beginners levels, intermediate levels, and advanced level. Beginners level, we have to clear our concept like noun, pronoun, tenses, okay, modal verbs, okay, passive voice. We learn, and intermediate level we practice them. Should have, okay, could have, this type of things we. And advanced speaking, we do only practice on our accent, our pronunciation, our expression. Because if you speak, so your pronunciation should match with your speaking. If you are angry and you are laughing, it's not okay. Good way of saying. So in advanced speaking, we provide group discussion, topics, presentations, personality development. So there are so many process to learn English, step by step process. So if any,
yes,
but still, if any one person wants to fluent in English, at least they have to spend 5 to 6 months, or even at least, for the fluency purpose. Or English learning is a lifetime process. You can learn many things. Okay, so I think it's not possible for the beginner who to learn English in 15 days or 20 days. It will take time to learn English, because whenever you learn English, so you have to follow four things: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Because when you write
yes, yes,
anything,
you're right.
so that time idea generate in our mind. And whenever you write any language, you go very close to that language. Because before writing, you have to think, then you have to write. So it's not
Yes,
easy
you're
to
right.
learn English within some days, 15 days, 20 days. But you can start speaking in 50 days, but not learn.
Yes, yes, you are right. I agree with you. Actually, it is not a. Actually, English is not my mother tongue. It is second language. Yeah, and there is a no good environment. That's why also it takes time. Yeah, it takes time, and it is not a piece of cake. It is not a cup of tea. Yeah, and sir, you have been learning this language for a long time. Also, you know very well. And sir, I'd like to ask another question to you. Right now, also you are also a teacher of mathematics, but right now also you are learning this language, and you are also speaking English very well. There is no doubt. And after learning this language, are you happy in your life?
Yes, sir. Because I'm telling you one thing. When I started teaching this language, so I uploaded some conversational video with my students on Facebook. So many person from our locality, because I am from village area, and we know in village area there is no this type of environment of speaking English. We focus on English, but we learn English in terms of grammar. But in terms of speaking, we didn't learn anything. So from my area, from my village, so many person called me, sir, you are teaching English. There are so many spoken institute in English. There are so many spoken institute of English daily. So please, sir, come here to our own area. Come here. So teach me. You are teaching there. So we are not benefited. So sir, please come here. So that we can also learn English, because you are from my native place. You know very well what is the condition of here. If you will come here, if you come to your native place, you can teach us. Sir, I will definitely join your class. So that time I was very happy. And what is the purpose to upload my YouTube video? So that there are so many persons, though there are so many students who watch my video from my locality. So they also motivate. Oh, Ritik Bhaiya is speaking English. So I also learn to speak English. I also have to speak English. So in this way, I am very happy. I also got so many calls and messages from our side. So it feels me, oh, I'm doing very well. Because some of my relative also told me, oh, nowadays your English video is very good. You are doing very good in English. I watch your video. So that, and
Yes, yes,
my sister also called me. You should also talk to your niece. Oh, you are talking to other person. You don't talk to your family members. You also talk to your family members, so that he or she can also improve English. So I told them, yes, I will definitely forward. I will also talk my family members, and I also upload this type of conversational video with my with on my YouTube channel. So I'm very happy. And nowadays, one more thing, I also uh, got opportunity to teach online or offline to other institute also. I also they are also offering me, sir, came to me. I watched your video. You are teaching English very well, spoken English. So, sir, I will teach you. I will provide some training you also so that you can teach more better way. I will give you online platform so that. So nowadays I am talking to with no, I'm talking not from my institute. I came here for a new institute to learn many things about English. So nowadays very
Yes,
happy.
yes. Yes, all right, sir. We are talking about 20 minutes. Yeah, after all right, sir. It was nice conversation with you. I have learned a lot of things, and thank you, sir, for giving your valuable time. All right, sir. We will talk. We will talk another time. All right. Nice to meet you. Take care. Bye bye. Have a good day.
Okay. Same here, sir. It was a nice conversation. Okay.